Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Qi Gong. This is the Levi Tai Chi School. I am, of course, Lao Shi Paul Nettles. It is Thursday, October the 1st. Happy spooky season. I was thinking this morning about what we might chat about, and my mind was kind of drawn back to something I saw yesterday watching TV about half an eyeball, and one of the numerous fitness machine ads was on, and of course every person using this machine was in the peak of health and had a very artistic light sheen of perspiration on, and had these very sculpted bodies. And what struck me, actually for the first time I think ever, is that every person using these machines had this beatific smile on. They were all ecstatic to be sweating on the machine du jour. And I realize that it's the commercials' role in life to lie to us, to make us think that we absolutely must have their thing beyond all things to find true happiness. And as such, it is their duty of sorts to make that thing look like it is the absolute be-all, end-all since sliced bread. And we know that's falsehood. You learned that commercials lied to us probably at a very young age when you bought something out of the back of a comic book or off TV or out of a cereal box, and it was not what you expected, and it was not nearly what they advertised. But it really struck me at this false attitude. I would bet you dollars to bucks that you are dollars to donuts that if you went into a gym, any gym you want to pick, and look at the various treadmills and ellipticals and things, you probably wouldn't see a lot of people smiling like it was the absolute height of their day. I can speak for myself, certainly. There are times when I have to ride the stationary bicycle because I can't get on the regular bicycle out in the fresh air and so forth. And half an hour on that is absolute tedium. On the bicycle, it's enjoyable. I'm out in nature. I can see things. I'm dealing with traffic, and I can see the birds, and I can feel the temperature changes. Inside on a stationary bicycle, it's just something that you have to endure. It's an endurance thing. And that has always really put me off Western style exercise. That and I'm lazy. I have a problem with tedium, with doing something, and I'll listen to a podcast or something as I bicycle, but even then it's tedious. There's nothing going on. I'm stationary, as the name implies. And I think that's why things like Tai Chi and Qi Gong really appeal to me, and I hope as I present them that they appeal to you as well. I hope you find something here that's worthwhile, that's not tedious. If you do find your training, your interaction with the form at any time becoming tedious, then maybe it's time to look at something else. This should not be tedious. The other thing that intrigues me is that when you first begin studying the form in any kind of a deep manner, you come across the phrase, both in Tai Chi and Qi Gong, that the form should be played with the Buddha's smile. And we talked about that before in class, more than once, I'm sure. But that phrase has always stuck with me. You practice with the Buddha's smile. And of course, any of us can picture a Buddha statue or a print or a painting or a tattoo of the Buddha. And the Buddha is, I would say 99 times out of 100, shown with a smile. A smile. A small smile, not a big goofy grin unless you're looking at a Hotei, the the little happy fat Buddha with all the children on him. He's always laughing and giggling. Hote is always laughing. But Buddha in himself is always smiling a little bit. He's always got a pleasurable content going on. And I'm certain that's what the founders and the formators of Qigong and Tai Chi intended. Not that we should endure this in tedium, that we should endure this in any kind of a way because we have to do it, because it's something that we must do and we have to just put our heads down and just do it and suffer through it. That we should enjoy it, we should smile through it. And I don't mean you even need to smile during the form. I'm not going to be looking out at my classes and saying, they're not smiling, something's wrong, they're not smiling. I don't see a little smile on anybody's face. We're not even talking about a physical smile. That's a internal thing. There should be a, if not a joy, then certainly a pleased contentment with what you're doing. What you're doing is not usually physically difficult. It shouldn't be too difficult. It should be, a very mild challenge. It does build physicality, but this is mental. This is improving our minds. This is improving our nervous system. This is improving our focus, our thought processes. This is making us better in our heads. And as a side effect, making us better in our bodies. Now, will Qigong build up muscles like a treadmill? No. Will Qigong build up muscles like any kind of machine you can buy from any number of companies? No. What this machineless machine will do for you is build up flexibility and a long-term strength. This is an endurance strength. This is not a bulging biceps and rippling thighs kind of strength. This is going to build up the strength to help you walk for an hour. This is going to build up the kind of flexibility it takes to go through your day and not hurt. This is the kind of physicality that is not obvious. If you, one of my favorite examples is if you ever look at a strongman competition. Strongmen are always different from bodybuilders. If you've ever watched them, you're probably grinning too, because it's a very distinct difference between a strongman and a bodybuilder. A bodybuilder is like Dolph Lundgren or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Every muscle is extremely defined and literally bulges off the body, off the skeleton. Strong men are usually big fat guys. They've got bellies, they've got weight all over them, and they perform these amazing feats of strength. They can pull tractor trailers, they pull down trees and houses and things, and they don't look like they're strong. They look like they're obese. They look like they're ready for the diabetic clinic. But they're strong. They're immensely strong. There's a big difference between bodybuilding, between building for mass, building for bulging, shapely muscles, and building for strength. Strength lasts. Strength endures. Strength is what it takes to pull that loaded diesel truck for a quarter mile using your bare hands and a good pair of shoes. The bodybuilder is working for definition, for looks. There's no, I don't want to say no real strength there, but that's a very fast twitch kind of strength that makes that muscle stand up and not necessarily do a lot of work for a long time. You don't see bodybuilders chopping wood and pulling trucks. They're on stage oiled up in little micro bikinis, flexing and showing off this physique. Qigong is a strength builder, mental strength and physical strength. When we stand in a horse stance and do draw bow, when we do lion wags tail, Even when we simply stand with knees bent, we're making our bodies build up strength, because we don't do it for 2 or 3 seconds or 10 reps and quit. We do it for a while. We drop down and we hold and we hold and we hold and we swing back and forth, or we draw a bow back and forth. And the body learns to build a long-term strength. The strength to hold us in that position for a while comfortably. So, all that to be said, all that to say, as you go through the form, think about what's going on. Think about the enjoyment of it. Think about the movement of it. Think about the freedom to get better at moving certain ways. Think about the strength you're building, the long-term strength. And wear the Buddha's smile. Inside, you don't need to grin. I don't need to see you grinning back at me. If you want to, you certainly can, but you don't have to. Think about that long-term goal, that long-term gain. Think about the joy of being able to move comfortably now, and then when you're 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 and 90 and you can still move well. Think about that. Think about that joy. Think about that flexibility and strength you're building now that will pay dividends way down the road. Think about how you can move better than you used to. Think about how you could hold yourself at a height that you couldn't used to. Enjoy those things and wear the Buddha's smile. All right. A lot of talking. My apologies. I felt very voluble after the past couple days of not saying much. Hope you can forgive me. All right. Let's go ahead and begin, shall we? Start smiling. Lifting the heavens. Breathe out. Owl gazes backwards. Breathe out. Draw a bow. Stars fall to earth. Breathe in. Lion wags tail. very heavens and earth. Breathe in. Quan sits its own throne. and stamp the earth. One more. Do you feel it? The smile inside or outside? I hope so. Truly hope so. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful day, or you've gotten to enjoy it if you're playing the form late. Thank you for joining me as always. Tomorrow morning, Friday, we'll resume here, 8 a.m. Saturday, 10:30 at the museum, 3rd floor gallery, masked, please. And we will hopefully Sunday be able to do our deep dive on time. We can hope. I'm gonna let you go. I talked an awful lot this morning. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go with that. I do hope, as always, that you remain safe and that you stay well.